What if I told you that your body has this incredible built-in system to heal itself, stay lean, and fight off disease? Well, today, we're going to flip that switch on. We're diving deep into the wisdom of some legendary Japanese longevity masters to show you how.
So, just imagine for a second, what if your body had a reset button? You know, a switch that could just clean everything up at a cellular level and basically rejuvenate you from the inside out? I know, it sounds a little like science fiction, doesn't it?
Well, it's not. That reset button is absolutely real, and it's got a name, autophagy. This is the secret power we're going to explore today, and honestly, it could completely change how you think about your own health.
So what is this kind of mysterious-sounding process? Let's get right into the science of how your body actually performs its own deep clean. Autophagy, and yeah, it's a mouthful, it's pronounced autophagy, is basically your body's natural recycling program. The best way to picture it is cellular housekeeping. I mean, your body is literally going in, tidying up, breaking down old, junked-up cell parts, and then recycling them to build new, stronger ones. It's pretty amazing.
And listen, this is not some fringe theory. The scientist who figured all this out, Dr. Yoshinori Ohsumi, actually won the Nobel Prize for his work. And he put it pretty simply. Without this self-cleaning process, our cells just can't survive. I mean, it is that fundamental to our biology.
Okay, so why should you care? Well, because turning on autophagy is connected to some of the biggest goals we all have for our health. We're talking about actually slowing down the aging process, seriously strengthening your immune system, and even protecting your body against major diseases. This isn't just about feeling a little bit better. It's about building long-term, resilient health.
Right, so you're probably wondering, how do I flip this longevity switch? The most powerful, most scientifically backed way to do it is something you've probably heard a lot about: fasting. And the key number to remember here is 16. A 16-hour fasting window really seems to be the sweet spot for kicking autophagy in a high gear. And, you know, this isn't some new fad. It lines up perfectly with the little fast that famous gastroenterologist Dr. Shinya recommends. And it's basically how older generations in Japan have eaten for years: an early dinner and then a late breakfast the next day.
So why does it work? It's actually pretty simple. When your body isn't spending all its energy digesting food 24/7, it can finally switch gears and focus on repair. Research from Dr. Takeyuki Teruya in Japan shows us exactly what happens. Fasting revs up your metabolism, it ramps up the production of antioxidants to fight damage, and it directly supports those anti-aging repair jobs that lead to a longer, healthier life. Okay, so that's the hard science. Now let's see how this stuff actually plays out in the real world by looking at the wisdom of Japanese doctors who have lived and breathed these principles for decades.
One of the core ideas comes from Okinawa, which you might know is one of the world's blue zones where people live the longest. It's a saying, hara hachibu. It just means eat until you're about 80% full. See, it's not about starving yourself at all. It's just this gentle way of eating less that reduces stress on your body and gives it the time and space it needs to get that self-cleaning process, autophagy, started.
And if you need a role model for this lifestyle, look no further than Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara. This man was a respected doctor in Japan who was still working and seeing patients right up until he was 105 years old. He wasn't just talking about these ideas, he was living proof of just how powerful they are.
And his whole philosophy was so simple. He lived by hara hachibu. He always took the stairs to stay active, and he stayed away from junk food. But just as important, he always said you have to have fun and stay curious. He really believed that enjoying your life was the best medicine.
Now, what about breaking a fast? Dr. Ishihara, who's been a doctor to Japanese prime ministers, suggests a really gentle approach. He recommends starting your day with a liquid breakfast, something like fresh carrot or apple juice. They're just packed with nutrients, super easy to digest, and they don't shock your system after it's been resting. The key is to just wait about 15 or 20 minutes before you move on to solid food.
And of course, what you eat is just as important as when you eat. It's a pretty clear picture. On one side, you've got the autophagy activators, things you see all the time in a traditional Japanese diet, like veggies, seaweed, fermented foods, green tea. And on the other side, well, you've got the blockers, all that excess sugar, white flour, and processed foods that just shut the whole cleaning process down.
So, we've gone through the science, we've heard the wisdom. Let's wrap this all up into a super simple plan you can literally start using today.
Okay, here's your action plan. First, give that 16-hour fast a try. It can be as easy as finishing dinner by 7 p.m. and then not eating again until 11 a.m. the next day. Second, practice hara hachibu. Just listen to your body and stop when you feel about 80% full. Third, fill your plate with whole, plant-based foods. And last but not least, start your day with a big glass of water to cleanse and rehydrate. See, it's that straightforward.
So, all this incredible knowledge is now in your hands. The science is solid, and the path has been walked by some of the longest-living, healthiest people on the planet. Really, the only question left is, which one of these powerful secrets are you going to try first?